Okay, Dia, you're doing very well. Just close your eyes, relax. The first story today is Room on the Broom. The witch had a cat and a very tall hat and long ginger hair which she wore in a plait. How the cat purred and how the witch grinned as they sat on their broomstick and flew through the wind. But how the witch wailed and how the cat spat when the wind blew so wildly it blew off the hat. Down cried the witch, and they flew to the ground. They searched for the hat, but no hat could be found. Then out of the bushes, on thundering paws, there bounded a dog with a hat in his jaws. He dropped it politely and eagerly said, as the witch pulled the hat firmly down her head, "I am a dog as keen as can be. Is there room on the broom for a dog like me?" "Yes," cried the witch, and the dog clambered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Over the fields and the forests they flew. The dog wagged his tail, and the stormy wind blew. The witch laughed aloud and held on to her hat, but away blew the bow from her long ginger plait. Down cried the witch, and they flew to the ground. They searched for the bow, but no bow could be found. Then out from a tree, with a ear-splitting shriek, there flapped green bird with a bow in her beak. She dropped it politely and bent her head low, then said, as the witch tied her plait in a bow, "I am a bird as green as can be. Is there room on the broom for a bird like me?" "Yes," cried the witch, and the bird fluttered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Over the reeds and the rivers they flew. The bird shrieked with glee, and the stormy wind blew. They shot through the sky to the back of beyond. The witch clutched her bow, but let go of her wand. Down cried the witch, and they flew to the ground. They searched for the wand, but no wand could be found. Then all of a sudden, from out of a pond, leaped a dripping wet frog with a dripping wet wand. He dropped it politely, then said with a croak, as the witch dried the wand on the fold of her cloak, "I am a frog, as clean as can be. Is there room on the broom for a frog like me?" "Yes," cried the witch. So the frog pounded on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Over the moors and the mountains they flew. The frog jumped for joy, and the broom snapped in two. Down fell the cat and the dog and the frog. Down they went tumbling into a bog. The witch's half broomstick flew into a cloud, and the witch heard a roar that was scary aloud. "I am a dragon, as mean as can be, and I am planning to have witch and chips for my tea." "No," cried the witch, flying higher and higher. The dragon flew after her, breathing out fire. "Help!" cried the witch, flying down to the ground. She looked all around, but no help could be found. The dragon flew nearer, and licking his lips, he said, "Maybe this once I'll have witch without chips." But just as he planned to begin his feast, from out of a ditch rose a horrible beast. It was tall and dark and sticky and feathered and furred. It had 4 frightful heads. It had wings as a bird, and its terrible voice, when it started to speak, was a jowl and a growl and a croak and a shriek. It dripped and it squelched as it strode from the ditch, and it said to the dragon, "Buzz off, that's my witch." The dragon drew back, and he started to shake. "I am sorry," he sputtered. "I made a mistake. It's nice to have met you, but now I must fly." And he spread out his wings and was off through the sky. Then down flew the bird, and down jumped the frog. Down climbed the cat, and "Phew," said the dog. "And thank you, oh thank you," the grateful witch cried. "Without you, I'd be in the dragon's inside." Then she filled up her cauldron and said with a grin, "Find something, everyone, throw something in." So the frog found the lily, the cat found a cone, the bird found a twig, and the dog found a bone. They threw all in, and the witch stirred it well, and while she was stirring, she muttered a spell. Iggity, ziggity, zaggity, zoom. Then out rose a truly magnificent broom, with seats for the witch and the cat and the dog, a nest for the bird, and a shower for the frog. Yes, cried the witch, and they all clambered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Okay, Dia, you're doing very well. Just relax and close your eyes and listen to this story. The name of the story is A Squash and a Squeeze. A little old lady lived all by herself, with a table and a chair and a jug on the shelf. A wise old man heard her grumble and grouse, "There's not enough room in my house." She said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your hen," said the wise old man. "Take in my hen? What a curious plan." Well, the hen laid an egg on the fireside rug and flapped around the room, knocking over a jug. The little old lady cried, "What shall I do? It was poky for one, and it's tiny for two. My nose has a tickle, and there's no room to sneeze. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your goat," said the wise old man. "Take in my goat? What a curious plan." Well, the goat chewed the curtains and trod on the egg, then sat down to nibble the table leg. The little old lady cried, "Glory be, it was tiny for two, and it's titchy for three. The hen pecks the goat, and the goat's got fleas. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your pig," said the wise old man. "Take in my pig? What a curious plan." So she took in the pig, who kept chasing the hen and raiding the larder again and again. The little old lady cried, "Stop, I implore. It was titchy for three, and it's teeny for four. Even the pig in the larder agrees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your cow," said the wise old man. Take in my cow. What a curious plan. Well, the cow took one look and charged straight at the pig, and then jumped on the table and tapped out a jig. The little old lady cried, "Heavens alive! It was teeny for 4 and it's weeny for 5. I'm tearing my hair out. I'm down on my knees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take them all out," said the wise old man. "But then I'll be back where I first began." So she opened the window and out flew the hen. "That's better. At least I can sneeze again." She shooed out the goat and she shoved out the pig. My house is beginning to feel pretty big. She huffed and she puffed and she pushed out the cow. "Just look at my house. It's enormous now. Thank you, old man, for the work you have done. It was weeny for 5, but it's gigantic for 1. There is no need to grumble and there is no need to grouse. There is plenty of room in my house." And now she's full of frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze. Yes, she's full of frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash or a squeeze.